Hey everybody, and welcome. We are getting very close to the new year at this point. I haven't been around a bunch, so my apologies, but just like everybody else, taking just a little bit of downtime for the holidays. In addition to that, unfortunately, I got the flu. Bad case of the flu. I was down for a good week. And now my husband is sick and my daughter is sick. They're both slowly coming out of it, but yeah, it's awful. So that has also been a big part of why I haven't been around. We've had some very unseasonal weather here as well. We have been really pretty warm, 50s and even right up to 60 degrees. And that's, like I said, is kind of unusual for us. We did not have a white Christmas this year, which, again, that was kind of a bummer and unusual. But we took advantage of the time that we did have to get a lot of stuff done in the yard. So that was nice. That was nice for a change. But it just kind of threw me out of the holiday spirit, to be honest. It was a little odd. But here we are, I'm back. Like I mentioned in the description, before the holidays had started and before I got sick, I had run out and done a little bit of shopping. Found some pretty good deals on some stuff. One of them was these at Michael's. These are a set of 12 whitewashed wooden ornaments. They also had a sale on the acrylic ones, and they were buy one, get one. No, buy one, get two free. I had to stop and think about that. So I got a couple of these. I have already made some. I did these ones, and then I did a set of blue ones, and I'm not really happy with them. I feel like even though they came out they're decent, I don't know, I just feel like they're a little too busy. And so the next sets that I wanted to do were these. So I did lay out my base design on this one. This is, and I'll show you, so I've got the ultra blue deep, and then I've got stormy. Now I know that they don't look a lot different here, and that's okay. What I think I'm going to do is add maybe this ice blue, this metallic. I got this a long time ago for a different project, and I've never used this, so I want to try to use this. And then I also have the white pearl. So I'm probably going to be incorporating some of that. The other part of this is that I had marked my center out on all of these with the intent to do them double-sided. Now I'm going to leave them just like this. I'm not going to paint this outer edge. Like I said, I just felt with the other ones that they were a little bit too busy. Thank you. Hi, Nettie. I apologize. I didn't see it come in. I liked these too, but like I said, I think I just feel like they're too busy. So I'm just going to leave these ones with just the center filled out. In front of me over here, I've got all of my Happy Dotting Company tools. I've got everything up to an 8. The only sizes that I'm using today, I have an 8 for the center, a 1.5, 1.5 here, 4.5, 4.5, 3, and 2. Okay, so not a whole lot of size range. I'm debating right now if I want to go ahead and do the tops of these and then work on the next set, or if I want to flip them over and do the base on the back. Let's do the base on the back. Let me do this design again because I did go ahead and pre-fill my palette with these. I've got some bubbles. That's odd. Okay, like I said, I just marked out the center of all of them. Let me take a quick look. Let me actually leave one of them because I'm sure I'm gonna forget which color I used where. Because I did these already, oh my god, like 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks ago, before I had gotten sick, before everything kind of fell in. So I've sort of forgotten what I did. what I'm gonna do, I've got a pencil here real quick. I'm gonna just quickly jot down the colors that I used for these. The swooshes were dark, and so was the top of those, and then a white. Okay. All right. I make myself notes every so often. Not a whole lot, actually, but did I just do that? Did I just stick my finger in that? I sure in heck did. It's hilarious. Good way to start, huh? Okay. And these ones are just from the store. I did not do anything to them in advance. I didn't put a varnish on the middle. I didn't spray them. I think if this is something I was a little bit more serious about, I might have gone ahead, maybe even like put the gloss varnish over them, but I didn't this time, so. All right. So I'm gonna see that smear there. There won't be anything that I can do about that. Not a thing. Because again, these are wooden. These were purchased whitewashed. If I would try to wipe over it and remove it, it'd be a disaster. So I'm just gonna leave it. These are double-sided, so. So the middle that I did is an 8, and then these are a 1.5 here. Since I haven't been painting at all for a little while, I feel like I gotta get back in stride here. The only thing even relatively close that I had done, I have a bunch of diamond painting. My husband bought a big set for my daughter and I a couple of years back, and you know, just like everything else, they kind of sat in the closet for a while. I had too much going on. It was just something that I never really got around to. And then feeling so sick and not really wanting to do a whole bunch of painting or try to record or try to edit something. I did do a little bit of that. So it certainly is right along the same path though. That same kind of quiet repetition, that kind of calming repetition. So, except if I thought what I was doing with dotting was gonna kill my eyes, oh, jeez. Yeah. The diamond painting, I think I can probably do even less diamond painting than I can dot art at once. I can probably bear about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours at the very most of doing this. The diamond painting with the small lettering. Oh, I don't know, half an hour. All right. Yeah, and like I said, these ones are, I don't know what I'm going to do with these. I might keep them. I don't know how they'll look on my own tree. I might put them up in my shop. I don't know. There are very few items that I actually keep for myself. I like to gift things. Right before Christmas as well, we did an auction, or went to a silent auction. My daughter had a banquet, and during the banquet they did a silent auction, and they asked for people to donate some things to benefit St. Jude's Children's Hospital. And I thought, I have to do that. And so I actually handed over 2 of my favorite tea lights, the burgundy with the gold, and then one in the monochrome. I donated those for the silent auction. That was really fun. Yeah, I'm really glad I did that. Let's see, I do believe I had the dark, yeah, 4.5. Okay, I'm going to go into the 4.5 here, and then I'm going to make a dot. I'm going to use these little snowflake edges as my guide. Let's go across first. You know, when I see these ornaments like this one and some of the other DIY ones that I've done, like from the dollar store, like my little mugs, which I still have, I know that these are ornaments, right? I know that that was their design purpose with the little hole here, but every time I see them, I keep thinking, wouldn't it be really cute to make, now I struggle with what they're called, like a little banner from them, you know, maybe put them on a string and turn them in kind of like a garland. I could see them on twine with some other kind of winter themed stuff. Maybe a mix and match of some of these type of ornaments. I think that would be so cute. I don't really have the room for that stuff in my house. I don't have a fireplace or a mantle to stretch it over, but I really want to, I don't know that I would have the creative talent to do that, to try to find something, but I would love to see somebody do that, just to incorporate those like that, instead of just, you know, as it is, just a tree ornament. You know, Natty, oh my God, Hallmark Christmas, oh my gosh. I like them. I love them. But you know, my daughter doesn't, my husband doesn't. So it's one of those like guilty pleasures that I have to sneak. Thanks, Natty. Yeah, and I'm just kind of reading comments here. Yeah, I was really surprised too at my show. I know that the tea lights were a bit heavy. So many people asked me, I think I probably got 10 people asked me, well, what are they made of? And I'm like, well, do I tell people like it's just like cement? That sounds so unappealing. It sounds like very unclassy, right? I don't know. And so most people have no idea, right? And so I had one lady actually ask me, she's like, oh, is it, I can't remember how she phrased it, but she asked me kind of straight up, she's like, well, oh, is it made out of cement, or is it plaster? What is it? And I told her, but for the rest, I just kind of kept it like really, really neutral. Like, yeah, it's just a casting powder. I know that sounds terrible, but I just felt like, That sounds so unclassy to be like, yeah, they're cement. No wonder they're heavy. So just thought that was just funny. But yeah, I agree that they were heavy. But then again, trying to put the spin on it, like, well, you know, if you're one of those people with a cat, your cat's not going to knock it off the table. Your kid is not going to like accidentally knock it off the table. You know, you're not going to have it fall over. It's not going to be like a big fire hazard, something like that. I probably do, if I do another set of them, which I haven't decided yet. I haven't really gotten any new orders or anything. I've kind of just stalled during the holiday season. You know what? That's true. You could totally hang these from your car. I think if I ever do the tea lights again, I might try to find something better to do them with that is lighter. I just really liked the option that, hey, I could do them kind of on a budget. And I like showing people that that stuff is possible. So the other thing that I was thinking about doing with these is when I was growing up, my mom had these, well, let's just call them ornaments for the lack of a better term. And they were thin plastic little discs. Had different things on them. Not even sure I remember what was on them. I know one of the sets was the 12 Days of Christmas. That one we usually put on the tree. And then there was another set, I think. And what we used to do, in addition to putting, you know, a string of the lights around our windows on the inside, we would take the little suction cups, you know, probably about that big, with the hooks on them. And we would take and put those suction cups in the window, and then hang our lights around the edges, and then put those little kind of see-through ornaments in the window, and then the sun would shine through them, and that would be really pretty. Now these obviously not so much, but I do have like an entire set of the clear acrylic ones that I did last year, and I bought some more of those this year again, and so I think that would be fun too, just to put them in your window. Yeah. I agree that the tea lights would be really pretty outdoors. I think they would be a perfect weight. You know what? Did I go larger with this one last time? No, okay, I think I'm okay. This is just the 1.5 end of my little swoosh tool. In case I didn't say, the dot on top is a 2 here. Kind of forgotten that these are not the finished wood. It's working so much better to do the dot that way. Put a dot, dip, and then come back in. It's working a little better. Okay. I don't really like to work on these like super porous absorbent surfaces much. I am going to seal these once everything is done. I'll use that Duraclear, that gloss varnish on these. I could spray them, but I don't think the weather's going to hold up. We had so many nice days. Today I think is probably going to be the coldest day that we've had almost in December by now. No, probably not. I guess we probably had some colder stuff in the beginning, but I think today is going to be like 45 still and windy. But for the most part, I mean, our days were like 50, 55, really sunny and bright. And those would have been really good days for me if I had had any of these finished, to go out with my spray varnish, because I only do that outdoors. But since I don't think I'm going to get that lucky with the weather, I'm just going to do the gloss varnish that I can paint on. Ooh, kindness quotes. You know, I didn't think about that. That would be a really good idea for bookmarks too. You know, the other thing that I had thought about, since I've been doing the kind of diamond painting stuff again recently, I have all these extra drills now. I mean, I can't believe how many extra they put in the packages. And I thought with them being so small, I might be able to actually incorporate some of them into my dot art. I know a lot of people already do stuff with like the small mirrors and gems and things. So, yeah, I'll have to think about that. But it's kind of funny because this color that I'm dipping into right now, that's the color I'm actually working on in my diamond painting right now. This really kind of dusty dark blue. I don't know that I'm quite talented enough to come up with something right now for these snowflakes, but that might be kind of cool. Would shimmer a bit, wouldn't it? I'm just always afraid with adding any gemstones or anything like that, that they look so cheesy, they look so kitsch. Okay. All right, there's that. Let me get that wiped off. Yeah, the extra bling is nice. I mean, I've done it several times. I have one of my monochrome canvases that has black teardrop stones in it. I have my moon that has teardrop stones in it. I just haven't really done much else with them. Let's see. I'm gonna lift this one up. I forgot how far away I did the... Yeah, okay. They're pretty short. Great. I'm gonna do some swooshes on this. Oh, bedazzlers. Oh my God. You know what? Yeah. I totally get that. And that's the kind of thing that that I'm a little bit worried about, right? Because you put too much on there and then that's sort of what it feels like, right? Oh my gosh. That cracks me up. Not to say that that was a bad thing or that it is now. It's definitely not, the whole bedazzling stuff, but yeah, it doesn't have a grown-up feel to it, does it? This is a 4.5, by the way. Sorry, I'm just kind of getting into it today. Not paying attention to... fact that I'm not saying anything. Okay. Yeah. Definition of art is different for everybody. That's definitely true. Keeping these swooshes kind of short for this one. Scoot these over. They keep migrating to one side, don't they? Looks like I got these two a little close. I think the next set that I'm going to do, I'm probably going to stick with the same pattern. I think it fills it up pretty well. It's nothing too extravagant. Simple, easy, quick to do. You can do it in a bunch of different colors. My only thing is, if somebody does want to put these on a tree, what colors am I going to be using? Blue, definitely. I mean, that's kind of a, yeah, you kind of got to have the blue, and especially the dark blue. I just don't know what the big trends are right now for colors. I mean, I have like these kind of dark burgundies are sort of my favorite colors. So our tree was, or kind of always is, this combination of these deep burgundies and gold. But yeah, I mean, when I was growing up, everybody had a big jumble of stuff, right? You didn't, very few people had kind of a monochromatic theme, right? I mean, you'd seen more of the monochromatic stuff in the stores, right? You would go to Macy's or JCPenney's or Dillard's or whatever, and they would have, or, you know, go to the mall and you would have the big Christmas trees, and they were always these one color. In the office buildings downtown and stuff. They were the ones that had, you know, just red and gold or whatever. And at home, like everybody that I knew and my family, everything was just kind of a mix of stuff. Really bright, really colorful, you know, the multicolor lights and everything. And I just don't really see that anymore. So I don't know. I don't know what color schemes are going to work. Yeah, you know what? You're right. The other thing that I use a lot, I don't think it's gonna have any issues right now. The other thing that I use a lot for my bookmarks, because especially with my bookmarks, I like to keep those still because sometimes I'll have a grid underneath them, is just a bit of like painter's tape or whatever. Okay, there's that. I definitely could hold them down, but oh, birds. Oh, that is so cool. I love that idea. Now, with your birds on your tree, what are they made of? I know people that have done things like the glass or the plastic, you know, the kind of 3D, or the feathered. Is it kind of a mix of stuff? Oh, I need to take a peek at this. Kind of forgot. This is a 2. Can I get some dots here? Ooh, plastic material and had all different colors and bodies and different color tones. Oh my gosh, that sounds so pretty. I like that. See, having kind of a theme versus a color sounds really cool. I don't know that it's odd per se, but I've seen a lot of people talk about black trees. That they have the fake Christmas trees that are black in color. I mean, don't get me wrong. Wow, I have seen some really, really pretty designs. I mean, if you put something like silver or gold on those trees, holy cow, does that stand out. They are really stunning. I just don't know that I get Christmas from that, but they're amazing. Yeah, those pink trees. Oh my gosh. Yeah, those are definitely unique too. I've seen like the really light kind of blush pink. Yeah, total Barbie tree. Absolutely. Again, yeah, same thing. I mean, they look pretty cool. Um, I just don't know. We are so sucked into that quote unquote traditional Christmas feel that I don't know that I could feel Christmas with the pink tree either. But, you know, there are people that, now, I don't know how common it is. I mean, you see it all over like Facebook and stuff. So, but that doesn't really give you an indication of how popular it is in real life. But I've seen posts about people that have done stuff like the pink trees and then made it for Easter. You know, they'll put the Easter bunnies and Easter eggs and decorations and stuff like that on it, on the pink trees. I've seen people do Halloween trees, all kinds of stuff. If you have room for it, I think that's cool though. Go for it. I don't have a super large house. I don't know if I would want to sacrifice that much room in my living area year round to try to find something to do with the tree. And that's why, just like with these, I think that it would be nice to do something that put these not just as an ornament, so that they're not just a tree thing, you know, because a lot of the stuff, you know, just like the fall, you don't have to be Thanksgiving, right, to have your fall decorations up. So this would be something, for example, that if you could incorporate this onto a garland or something and have it in your house, then, I mean, it's a snowflake, right? You can carry that beyond Christmas into January and even February. I mean, here we get so much snow in February, March, April, May. I could probably keep these up 6 months out of the year. Let me look again here real quick. I think I did the 2. Yep. Okay. Same thing. There it is. So I'm going to go back into the 2 and do a double on here. Just like the centerpieces that I made during the little paint along this year. Since those were snowflakes. Sort of hoping that it's something that you can keep around a lot longer than just during the holidays. You know, you can carry that into the new year. I still actually haven't got a chance to use mine. I made 2 sets, one for the video and then one additional. And right now they're just hanging out in my living room up on our bookcase. But yeah, I really hope that the people that actually made it, there wasn't a bunch of people this year, but hopefully the people that did watch it and did make it get some use out of it. Yeah, the snow. My gosh. I was just really disappointed that we'd had such a warm December so far and that we haven't had the snow. We're really going to need the snow. We need the water. But I bet anything that means that we are in for it. OMG. Come springtime. Come April and May, when we should be getting our garden ready, I bet you anything we are just going to get dumped on. when we first moved into our property, we have just about a quarter of an acre. And when we first moved in, just on our back part of the lot, we had 10 trees. Two of which actually are over 100-foot elm trees, damaged and awful. And we've gotten one of those taken down. The second one considerably cleaned up. We have box elder, we have crabapple. And every dang year we would have more branches broken off of those trees. Oh, it was always a disaster, and it's just heartbreaking. After these really wet, heavy snows in the spring, to have your trees damaged like that. But we got rid of them all. We have one of the elms still left, but that's way in the back of the property. The box elder we still have, and it's in awful shape, but we've cut a lot of it off, and so it's pretty okay. I don't think we should get too much damage with wind or snow this year. And the crabapple too. Unfortunately, I couldn't even tell you about the damage that poor thing has gone through, and I can't believe it's still standing. But it too has gotten a humongous haircut. So thank goodness. This year I think is the first year that I'm not actually worried about trees coming down. Okay. Yeah, I want snow. I hope the people that want it get it. Okay, so those are all the same, 2 and 3 on top. Let me do a quick check because I think I did, yeah, I did a small one. It's dark here. Just to sort of fill in that empty space. So that one's done. Just 2. I missed that one. Okay. That's all right. Let's do this and then I'll go back. Oops. Not sure how I missed that. There. Okay. So those ones are done for now. And again, they're not completely finished because I am going to put top dots on them, but that's double-sided now at least. Okay. All right. I'm going to move these. Find a good spot somewhere over here near me. Let those dry. It's going to dry pretty quickly. And then I have one last set of them. I did buy 2 boxes of these. I think. Let me look. What have I got? Yeah, okay. got 2 boxes of those, and then I also have the round acrylic ones, which I will do at a later date and time. Okay, all right, checking what I got. So these ones I am thinking of doing, let me put that paint away. How about this? Magenta and heather for the base colors. The other thing that I was thinking of is doing, let me pull it out here real quick. I think I like the darker one. Would be this mermaid tail and mint. The only thing that I hesitate about doing this one is because if people really do want to use it as like a Christmas tree ornament and they have a natural tree, I mean, this is going to blend in so much. I don't think this is a really fantastic color combination for that particular purpose. So, I mean, I really like these colors and I think they would do really good on the white. But again, I don't know. Christmas tree colors. The other thing that I could do is I have some purple. That might be a good combination. Maybe the light. Yeah, it might be a little too light, huh? Yeah. I'm partial to this. I'm partial to the Cherry Merlot, but I could also do the purple. Could I do the sides differently? I could. I definitely could. What do we think? So I've got essentially like 4 different color combinations that I could use. Let me put this blue away. Since I'm done with that, let me get that out of the way. So I can go the teal, the magenta, the purple, or the Cherry Merlot. I kind of wanted to do the kind of purplies. I mean, as far as a color combination goes to do them differently, something like this would be kind of fun. Put one on each side. So kind of do the purple on one side and the teal on the other. That wouldn't be too bad because the colors really go together. Those ones look pretty together. I don't think the Cherry Merlot would look very good with the teal. I think what I'll do, let me go ahead and do these 2 and then decide on the other side if I want to do magenta as well or if we want to do the switch it up. If this was just a normal, what do I want to say? A normal piece of art in some way. I might just do the 4 colors, do the teal and the magenta together. But I don't know that. I had a similar kind of combination last year with some of my clear acrylic ornaments. And I actually had those when I did the show. And I didn't really see a whole lot of interest in those ones. So that's why I'm sticking with just the sort of two tones. I think if I do decide to sell them, that they kind of sell a little better. Okay, that's my 8 center. We're gonna go 1.5 for the first ring. I'm getting my Barbie tree groove on. If I had had these in my show this year, that probably would have sold actually. Barbie pink. And then for the top of these ones, I can either do gold, silver, or I even have a metallic berry color, which is just a tad darker than the magenta. So I think that'll look really nice. But I always like doing the metallic colors on the top. Make sure it gives them a little bit of sparkle, especially anything that I think, I mean, if people really do want to use these as a tree ornament, that sparkle, you kind of gotta have it, right? If it's going to be hanging in a tree and it's got the lights, you kind of have to have it sparkle. You know, I don't know that this whole black Christmas tree theme is gonna last. However, if it does, maybe I ought to consider doing some in monochrome. I think that would be pretty cool. Maybe do one with like zinc and silver and then the black. Then have the white ornament. That would look totally cool on a black Christmas tree. Yep. If I was really, really ambitious, I might think about doing like a light spray, like a glitter spray. Nothing really heavy, but you know, just like a clear glaze that has the glitter in it. That might be kind of fun to put over these. I have not tried the dragonfly or the color shift at all yet. Can you believe it? I have not. I really, really should. I need a late Christmas present from somebody. It does look really pretty. That's the color shift paints too, or something that I really wanted to try. I think something like the glaze that you're talking about, or the color shift, would be really pretty on the candle lights, on the tea lights, excuse me. Gotta do that. I don't remember where I've seen that though. I'm sure you can get it online, but I don't remember if I've seen it in something like Michael's or Joann's or something. Okay. Oh, at Michael's? Okay. Next time I go, I'll have to check that out. Ooh, whoops. I just realized, look how far that one is away. It's okay. One thing I do like about working with the mandala shapes is that if you do make little mistakes, they do get hidden in the pattern. Certain types of mistakes will ruin your whole piece, but others, you can totally get away with just hiding them. Not even on purpose hiding them, just continuing with the pattern in your eye just isn't drawn to it. Oh no. Yep. I have no idea how many times I've run my hands through stuff. I use my pinky a lot. It sticks out. It likes being out there, but I use it a lot for stabilization and to keep my hand out of my paint. And let me tell you, thank goodness I do it. Sometimes it can be a lifesaver. Gosh, these really do look Barbie, don't they? It's not bad. In my head, it was going to be a little darker. I know it'll still dry a little darker, but someone is going to love it, though. I'm sure someone's going to be like, oh my God, those are perfect. Okay. I don't necessarily want to go too light on my top colors here. The silver I think would be really pretty, but that's just going to wash this out. So this will probably have the darker berry for the glitter, for the metallic. with it being New Year and people's resolutions, I may need to run my beginner series. Maybe I'll do it over instead of just rerunning the existing videos. This is something I think so many people could really enjoy doing, and it's super simple and pretty cheap in comparison to some other crafts. All right, almost finished with the 1.5 swooshes here. Pull these guys back to the middle. Go back to my 4.5. And let's get some big swooshes in here. Oops, wrong end. This is the part that takes the longest. These swooshes. You know what, Natty? That's an excellent point. Yep. Because you can really use almost anything. In the beginning, when I first started watching the videos, I was thinking like, oh, okay, they've got these specialized tools. If I want to do that, I got to find these specialized tools. What the heck are they? And I started scouting Amazon and I found like these ones, you know, just the nail art tools. But yeah, you very quickly find out that it doesn't matter. I mean, not to say that I'm not going to recommend this, because I think I had been dotting about 2 years before I finally made the decision to do the specialty tools, because they're not cheap. I think this set, the Happy Dotting Company set, was it $45 or $50? So it's an investment, but you can totally use so many different things. But then again, a lot of the stuff that people market as like the beginner tool set is just a set of like acrylic rods in different sizes. and like these, and it's less than 20 bucks. I've seen the sets now, even with all kinds of stencils and stuff included, that are like 15 to 20 bucks. So it's not really, it's not anything that's too extreme. It's not gonna break the bank, even if it's not something that you think you're gonna really enjoy. But totally, I mean, rating my husband's toolbox for stuff, absolutely. I mean, I'm sure my husband's the same. Like, there's so many things in that toolbox that I haven't seen him use, but maybe once, that he'll never miss. Or little pieces of projects, things like dowels, or like you said, screwdrivers, or I had people tell me that they have used like leather punches and different things like that. Anything either with a rounded surface on the top, like the ball, or something completely flat. And then you don't even have to worry also about, the sizes all that much. Because the reality is, if you get a good dot on there and you're using something with a flat head, the size of the dot will also be controlled to a point by how much pressure you're using. You can make it smaller or larger just based on the pressure. So, yeah, totally. For a while, when I first started playing around with stuff, I had this old manicure set. Little wooden dowels, for example, that were sharpened, to clean your nails and your cuticles and clean your cuticles. I didn't really like the wood very much because just like these, they're really porous, but yeah, those work pretty good too. All right, let me go back to my two. Now, I don't know if I would, for a leather punch, I don't know necessarily that I would go out and buy a punch kit just for that. That was suggested. But, I mean, because realistically, some of the leather punch sets were cheaper than the Happy Dotting Company tools that I eventually purchased, but they're so heavy. The other thing is too, the clay balls tools that you'll see, like the blue handles with the large balls on the top. Those are specifically made for clay. And holy guacamole, those are huge as well. And the sizes are so much different. People don't realize that a flat-headed tool's number 2 size, for example, is not going to be anywhere near the same as if you're using a ball-headed tool. And that is a size 2, because the way that it's measured is completely different. So. Oh, the marker set, yeah. So you do use them and you do like them? The marker sets, the empty one? I can totally see that. And even though it's not necessarily a hard edge. You'll definitely have to let me know how those work. That's kind of a cool option. I never would have thought of that. That one's a little crooked. You know, I've never actually used the Posca, so, but yeah, you're right. It's definitely easy to find something to do it with. Almost finished with these. And 2, 3. These are so Valentine colors. For our area, and it sounds like yours too, totally appropriate. More than a few times we've had snow on Valentine's Day. Oops. That did not correctly. Hold on. Might have still had some water on there. There. Okay. Yep, definitely not all of them lined up perfect, but it's close enough that it didn't throw off the whole design. And especially if you don't paint yourself, you wouldn't notice. Okay, so that one's done. I'm going to put that one aside. Should make 100% sure that I actually got everything this time. Ugh, see? I missed another one. Oops. That's another one. All right, so let me grab my blue ones again. Should be dry. Yeah. So now they're dry both sides. Move my little Barbie snowflakes out of the way. Where did my blue metallic go? Okay. Probably not going to use a bunch of this. I don't even think I'm going to put in my palette. Let me think. I'm going to grab a 2. Let's see here. Let's see if that's actually going to show up. Not too bad, but it really does fade in. So maybe I'll leave this one just on the outside here. And then I'll use my metallic white, that pearl, for the ones in the middle. I think that'll work. I do like the shine on this, but it's just too close to the other colors, and I really need something in here that's going to set that off a bit more. Okay. For the longest time, I couldn't find this, the white pearl. They just didn't have it. The closest I could find, and my absolute favorite, has been this one, the Craft Smart, because even though it's bright silver, it also looks like a pearl, like a white pearl. The only thing I don't like about it is it does not have the consistency of the deck board Americana. It is much thicker. Let's see. Do you want a 2.5 or a 3? Let me do 2.5 first. Let me see if I like that. Yeah. Maybe I could come back with that blue after all and put it as my center. That could work. Perfect. These ones in the center, I'm actually making the dot, the top dot at the bottom. And then this one on the outside, I'm doing it centered. I do have to say though, that the blue, oh, pardon me, that the blue really shines more than even the pearl does. Okay. Let's see, where'd my blue go? Okay, let's see if I can center this decently. Yeah. Yep, that'll work. Some of these DecoArt metallics certainly shine more than others. There. Yeah, I like that. Once that dries, I'll do that on the other side as well. Okay. The pink ones. Okay. All but the center is dry to the touch. Center's gonna need another hue. The center though, on these ones, so here's the berry color. I said it's pretty darn close. So I think that'll be good. I think that'll do the same thing as the metallic blue on this one. And then I am actually thinking instead, oops, not the camera. Ooh, excuse me. Okay, stay. Instead of the silver, I'm thinking gold on the pink because I think the white would just wash it out too much, or the white pearl. But I have this champagne gold, which is my favorite gold. I think that one will do better on this. So I'm going to do that. Okay, those ones are dry as well. Okay, let me get a little bit of the gold. I laid my tools down in the wrong order. I gotta go back and find my two. There. Oops. The only thing I don't like about blue is, gosh, it stains everything. You can even see in my palette, I mean, some of this blue has been in here for years. It just, the blue doesn't come out. Okay. Okay, all right, let's see. Oops. Not very often do I actually get a paint out of the lid. Often enough, I'm actually painting with mediums. So this is fun. Okay. Yep, I like that. Let's kind of lift it up. When I put my hand on it, this one is not flat. It's a little small. Okay. Okay, did I miss anybody? I think we're good. Okay. And now, let's get that berry. Oh, the lid on that one was really tight. Holy cow. Okay. Let's see. Yeah. I was going to say I could put it over the light pink instead, but it's okay. I did the dark on the dark for the blue, so I'll stick with that with the pink. Let me get that one wiped off, and then we've got 3 more dots and I'm done. Woohoo! Well, with one side. Can't do anything on the other side yet. Make sure I can get enough paint on here from the lid. Yeah. Yep, just enough sparkle. I like that. This came out cute. All right, let's take a look at one thing here. As long as it's not too bright. All right. Okay, so those are finished. I have, so the backs of the pink ones to do yet. And the backs of the blue, just the top. For the rest, that one's done. Yeah, I really like that blue. That stands out pretty well. Okay. These came with these really itty bitty, ooh, no, don't fall. Itty bitty lengths of rough twine. I don't even know that I want to put those on there though. Because in my mind, if I decide to keep them, that's different. But if I do decide to sell them, then putting this on there really kind of seals the deal that, hey, these are an ornament. And I don't necessarily want people just to think they're strictly an ornament, you know, that they don't have any other purposes. And plus these are really, really short. I mean, once I get a knot tied at them, and they're a little bit chunky, I don't know if I like that much, but that's what came with it. Yeah, so I think I'll leave it like that. Okay, perfect. I'm gonna get some of my paint put back here, get myself a little bit cleaned up, and that's probably gonna be it for today. I have, like I said, I got to go back in and paint the entire design on the back of the pink, put the highlight on the blue on the other side. And then we got to figure out too, do we want pink on the other side, or do we think that we should do a different color on the other side? And what color? So yeah, I mean, if you want to put your input on any of that, drop a comment because that'll help. I'm going to leave these to dry for a while. I'll let them do their thing. I'm in no rush. And then otherwise, I don't know. I don't know when I will be back again live. I'm off for the next couple of days. I actually don't return to work until Thursday. That's my week vacation this year. So I've got 2 more days. I have a video on these burgundy ones and the blue ones that I made that I got to get edited and put up for everybody. And then I'll see what happens. Great. But thank you so much for joining me. I certainly do appreciate it. Thanks for hanging out with me, Natty. And I will see you guys next time. Again, hey, if anyone watching after the fact, if you guys have made it this far and you're liking what I'm putting out, make sure that you're subscribed, and I'll see you guys next time. You take care. Happy holidays, and I wish everyone the best in the new year. Take care. Bye-bye.